would make it this far. They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And today we have a very special treat for you guys from the hit series BMF on Starz. We have Lil Meech, who is playing his father, Big Meech. So this is going to be a good one, guys. Here we go.
My pleasure is mine.
Yes, thank you so much. So we actually got to attend the premiere for BMF Season 1 in Atlanta. And it was really shocking to hear that you are a newcomer to the acting game. I could not tell at all based on your performance so far. You have really been crushing it. So good job.
So much.
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask you because you guys really do have an all-star cast with some of the veterans from, Steve and Wood Harris, and then you have Brianna McCoy-White and Russell Hornsby. So were some of the veteran actors able to give you any gems that made it a little bit easier on you?
Yeah. The number one thing I loved about this whole experience the most was being under the wing of all these different veterans and legends on set with me, and I get to learn and pick different things from every one of them. Because I had scenes with everybody, Russell Hornsby, McCoy White, Wood Harris, and every one of them are so experienced and so good at what they do that you can take different things from them and incorporate it in your game. And Wood Harris always talked to me before I started acting. Me and him used to talk the most. And what always stuck with me, Wood Harris told me, always have listening eyes when you're acting. Make sure you always have listening eyes. Make sure, always you got to be listening. And, before you respond, you have to, your body head language has to respond first. That's how you know you're telling the truth. So stuff like that always stuck with me because those are the people that I looked up to in this business, So it's just getting game from them is like getting game from my dad.
Yeah, you have been such a natural. So, great job.
Absolutely. I have a question, man, and it's burning on me. I wanted to talk about your career in film, but I want to get this out first. Look, I think you're not Lil Meech is not feeling K9 too much right now. And what I want to know is, when are you going to put K9 on a leash?
I don't spoil it for y'all because it's so good. I really want y'all to be caught by surprise with every moment. But K9 is that plug that gave Meech. I feel like that helped grow Meech because it showed Meech that shit ain't fair out here. People don't got to be fair. But Wood Harris not fair with him when he was selling too much, and he basically telling him, hold on, nigga, you selling too fast. Like, what are the game to sell fast? So it's like K9 is a whole different type of dude. He feel like if you playing with him in any aspect, he ready to kill you. So Meech is fighting that obstacle because he doesn't. Meech isn't the type of person who does anything except great business, but he doesn't take disrespect very well, and he doesn't want to be feeling like he's in something where it's not 100% true, So I feel like it's gonna definitely shock y'all the way how Meech plays it because him being such a young age and having to grow up at such a young age and being a man at 17 years old, it shows how overly ambitious and how much of a thinker he was to even do business with these grown men and still be living, and it's hard.
Good answer.
Yeah. I want to say first off, what up though? And also I want you to give our warmest regards to your grandmother because she was one of the first people to show us love and share our content from the very first season. So please, extend those regards to her. The other thing is I was literally talking to some of our subscribers for our channel and they were going back and forth with us because this episode we saw that your character has a child with Monique. And they were like, no, that's not his child. That's his child with Soraya's character. And he brought her over there. And I was like, no, y'all, he has a child with her. So can you clear that up for everyone?
Yes. Meech has 2 children. He has a child with Cash, a child with Soraya. So the child with Monique was his first child. The child with Soraya was his second child. That's why the first child, remember the first season, it was Lamar thought that was his baby, but it wasn't his baby, you know. So it's that whole thing that people don't really understand, but they get to see now.
Yeah, there was a whole debate going on our channel about that.
Right, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I have another quick question for you, because getting to portray the real life happenings of what happened amongst your family. Is there something new that you learned that you didn't know before in this process of playing this role?
I learned so much. Like me and my dad talk every day, but he never really told me how he grew up, how his childhood was, and just having to learn about it to be able to be in his acting role. I had to learn about it and I had to know it. So just hearing about him telling me before I started acting and was able to live it out, he had to explain everything to me, when I was in acting classes, and just hearing how he grew up living in the murder capital of Detroit, and making his first $1 million at 17, but walking in the streets with holes in his shoes when it's 20 degrees outside. Like, they lived in inhumane conditions to where I don't even think like the regular person would have been able to survive. And that he took that poorness and poverty, and that gave him the ambition to do what he did, because any other 17-year-old wouldn't have the mind frame to be able to go in business with grown men and to be able to take a business throughout all different states of the world and recruit different people that really want to kill you. Like, it's hard doing what he did, and it's really like once in a lifetime that can happen, without somebody trying to kill you or anything happening before. So I feel like he was just once one of a kind, like him and Terry.
Yeah, I really got that from this season, especially because there's always a why behind people doing what they're doing. So I really like that the show is highlighting that backstory.
Yeah, definitely. They grew up, man, differently. Like, the 1980s of Detroit was crazy. It wasn't like you could just go to school and get a good job and go to college. You had to deal with some type of street.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your acting career started out with 50 Cent telling you that he's going to send you to acting school. And from my understanding, 5 days a week for 2 years. And I'm telling you, man, you are a mogul. I mean, obviously you were acting up in school or something, because I don't think you can act that well after just 2 years of study. So tell me, how rigorous was that for you?
Man, acting class was, the first couple months of acting class was like hell. Just because I was a person. Like, if I know y'all meet people and you be like, damn, they don't talk that much. Damn, now, like, that's how I was. Like, I ain't say nothing. I was closed. I didn't like expressing my feelings. So acting is the complete opposite of that. My acting, Smith, she explained to me, like, boy, you think you about to be able to act and you being like this and you don't want to say 2 words, somebody else gonna play your daddy. She was like that, like, you crazy. Like, acting is being vulnerable. It's, even though it's fake, it's living truthfully in unimaginary circumstances. So it doesn't mean that you have to be this dramified extra person. It means you have to be yourself, natural, and truthfully, So I just had to understand and get in tune with myself and get comfortable with myself, to be able to even play a role like this, So once I really understood acting and got comfortable, I felt like it was for me. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing in this world. Like, everything else I've tried, rapping, going to school, it wasn't for me. I didn't love it. I loved acting once I started it and understood it and knew that this is for me. I wasn't gonna let nobody else get this opportunity. Be able to play my dad, and I'd be sitting at home watching him. I had to go out and get it myself. So
That's word. That's word.
You've done a great job too, because you come off as very charming and gregarious and everything. It's very effortless. And I liked you in Euphoria too. You did a great job.
Thank you. Yeah, that showed my range. That's what I wanted people to see. Like, I can't just play my dad's drug dealer. I can play anybody. That's what I went to acting school for. You gotta be able to, you gotta be able to be a feather in the wind. And that's what I want people to see. Like, even with Euphoria and the movie Taurus I did. And I'm going to be doing, more projects. You'll be able to see my versatility. And with BMF, my character, Meech, isn't just one way the whole time. Like, he's emotional. You see his emotions, even though he's a street dude in the streets, have be doing grown man stuff. He doesn't deal with homies how he deal with his mom. He don't deal with his brother how he deals with his little sister. Everybody's different. He has real love for them, so you can see, the emotion when he talks to them, when he checks on his little sister, when he talks to his mom, when he talks to his dad. Everybody is different.
A question I had about Devil's Night. You get shot in that episode. And when I watched the documentary, I know that your father actually been shot a number of times, and one of the times was in the butt. And that wasn't portrayed in this episode. And I'm wondering, is that something that they'll write into the series, or is that you guys are taking some creative liberties with that?
Yeah, that comes down the line. My dad got shot in the butt in like 2002 or 3 or something like that. Even the club. That wasn't early on. That was when he was already in Atlanta. He got shot in the butt. But yeah, that's gonna come for sure. Like, the writers is amazing, so they definitely make sure they incorporate every important detail, that we need to know. They put it in there. But yeah, like you said, he 2 times, so this ain't the time he got shot in the butt. I think they'll show that.
I think Tiffany just won't see your butt, man. That's why she asked that question.
That is not why, but we saw it in this last episode.
Right. No, but we did also get a chance to speak to Randy Huggins last season while the season was airing, and he seems like he is such a riot. Like, how was that experience on set with him?
Man, Randy is amazing. He gives us that sunshine. BMF, he that person that came season 2. He like, listen, season 2 got to be all about elevation. We got to elevate. We got to be better than season 1. And Randy is Detroit native, so he gives us that Detroit spirit, that we need. That feeling. Every scene he's right there watching, making sure that we feeling. My dad and my family wishes. And we all love and respect Randy so much just because he is the heart and soul of BMF. Him and my father, they drive and then their purpose is different than all ours. They really feel it because they was there. Randy was there watching my dad as a young kid in T, in the streets of BMF. Randy was actually right there. So it's crazy to have him be a writer of the show now after he used to watch them in the streets as a young kid. Like, that's like mind-blowing. But he definitely, is a perfect showrunner and writer for this project because he gives us, everybody on set, that feeling that we need.
Everybody has a price, and I believe Lil Meech might be a little too close to be Nick because you're not seeing his true colors. And that's going to jam you up. I don't know when and what episode, but it just doesn't look good for you.
Yeah. Especially since Mickey is a close ally, one of my dad's trusted allies. Really, he's like almost his brother in a sense. When Terry doesn't act right, he leans on B. Mickey. Mm-hmm. But Mickey isn't being 100% true. My dad is that type of person where he feels like, because he's 100% true everything he does, so he feels like you should be the same.
Right.
And he's going missing, he's doing what he want to do, he come around when he want to come around. And then he was just taking up the time when I just got shot this last episode, so I know that's going to be some, skeptical, mm-hmm. Man, it's sad when you have somebody that's not 100% true to you, but that's so close to you. And my dad had to find out early, people would snake you out. People would Judas you. Just like how we said in the episode, you got Judas in the family. People would really Judas you, be your best friend, know everything about you, and still try to hurt you.
Right.
So I feel like Meech coming though.
Okay, well, Meech, we don't want to hold you too long. We do definitely appreciate it again for you taking your time to talk to us, answer all of our questions, and clear certain things up. So we are definitely looking forward to seeing all you have up your sleeves. We know BMF has been renewed for season 3, and we've heard about all the coming spinoffs. So we are very excited and can't wait to continue to support you in the future and all you have coming.
Yes, and hoping that we can have you back to chat with some of our fans too, because you and Da Vinci and BMF were like the 3 people they requested to come on our show. We usually have like a round table with fans and the talent and everything, and they specifically asked for y'all. So hoping that in the future that you could come back and join us.
Make it happen. Just let us know whenever y'all want.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Thanks again.
Have a good day.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Soon as we step out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Make no mistake, either you stay in your place or we putting you on a plate. Look at our face, we put the fear in the dirt. We had to struggle for change, pick up the pace. We put in infinite work, that's why we stay getting paid. Y'all running late, we moving on to the next. You still been stuck in a phase, there's no debate. We draw the line in the sand, we say it straight to your face. They underrate, so we put the team on our back.